So if you're coming in the yard to get your mast taken off, there's some prep work you can do to make the job easier for the rigging company. First and foremost, mark all of your stays, the turnbuckles, wrap some electrical tape above and below each turnbuckle so you have a reference point to come back to. Remove the cotter pins above and below the turnbuckles and clevis pins for your forestay and backstay. You don't have to take any of your halyards or any other running rigging off. They'll do that as part of the removal. Get the boom off if you can. Sails off, of course. I think that's about it. If you have a SSB, if your backstay is basically a radio antenna, disconnect the coax from that, and that's about it. So with the mast work well in hand, it's time to go below and start working on projects down here. The biggest cluster in terms of project density would be the chart table. We're going to change out the old car stereo type thing with a new Android unit. And then we've got a lot of work to do on the old instrument cluster in this wiring mess right in here. So another part of the chart table overhaul is replacing this old lamp. And this was a spray can lid. Pretty ingenious actually, but it was a poor man's rig to red light. So in place of this guy, we have this new flexible light. Turn it on. We've got red, and then white. It's a pretty nice rig. So next I removed the old car stereo type unit and enlarged the hole for the new Android. Put it in, tested it out. I really like it. Nothing like a still morning in the boatyard. It's beautiful. So here at Boat Haven, the marina is right in front of the boatyard. There in the distance, you can see the walkway for the light lift, the 75 ton, and the travel lift in the distance there is a 300 ton lift. And then the boatyard itself. Restroom and laundry area. That's the yard office down there. And there's a huge Thunderbird fleet here. These are rentals, but Thunderbirds are everywhere. Again, I'm fascinated by this boat. Its power generation here. Pretty substantial skeg hung rudder, but then we have the twin screws, and I don't know if that's a rudder in tandem with the other one or just some sort of a trim tab so you can help balance your sailing configuration. There's just the single port light in the hull anyway. Can't really see the cabin top. And as you can see, it's a schooner with two staysails, both roller furled. Just a way unusual boat. Kind of beefy in the nose, a bit wide. It has a lot of through hulls. Yeah. Another one there. Even the spreaders are interesting. So here we've got initial coat of paint on the new masthead replacement. Ready to bed down. One more coat probably. Be ready to bed down the shiv box and the masthead hardware. So now the masthead is in place while I was away at work. Bruce finished this off. Got the shiv box in place. Bottom screw holes have been welded over. Well, now it's time to get out the Dolphinite and start putting hardware back on the mast. So I just about have all the hardware back on this side of the mast. So right now I am putting in all new sail track screws. I need a little, about that much. Get them hand started and punch them in. So with a bag of 200 screws, that's all we've got left. This is it, and I'll be done. So I've added this old tang piece, and we've got the anchor light VHS gonna go here, and then we just have the instrument wire here. So we're gonna run these guys down this way, and they'll loop down into this clamshell, which will go there. That should be nice and tidy. Also have an old set of power and ground. We've got a third new wire that I was going to use for a combination anchor light and steaming light, but I couldn't find one that was either affordable or that I liked. So these guys will just sit here underneath the clamshell, as well as the old fish line for future use. Still have a little bit of work to do at the masthead, but getting really close to putting the spreaders back on. All the lower wiring is coming through this nice brass fitting that I found in the swap and shop. So we got top of the masthead, got a little wear piece of plastic tubing. Don't know how long that'll last. Probably full of 5200. And we got everything in a loom. And then coming back through this clamshell, I've got the tape over it to train the wires to hopefully stay near the mast there. But pretty happy with the way it came out. So here's the new spreader light wiring. One was broken off about this far out of the hole, and this other one came out to here. So I was able to crimp them and then put several layers of heat shrink, kind of build it all up. And then this cover goes over and sealed with Dolphinite. And the same over here. This one came out a little bit cleaner. So we have all new chain plates manufactured by Barry Stevens here in Port Townsend. They are going to go in next weekend. What you doing, Bonnie?
I'm fixing a boat. I got some installations.
The chain plates.
And then, which way are you going, Bonnie? The wrong way.
Righty tighty. Got a broken stud up at that top one. That's going to be fun to fix. Well, that's enough work for now. Should we go down to the pizza factory for beer and pizza, or go down to the Poorhouse, our favorite place, to kick back? And while there, you can bump into famous celebrities like, I don't know, George Bush, and maybe the old sea dog Barry Perrins. You just don't know what you're going to see. More some really goofy people out on a boat. See you next time.